The INFJ Evolution. All right, I want to talk about that today, people. Yeah, INFJs evolve. Not to say anybody else doesn't evolve, not that types don't, but INFJs have a certain evolution that they go through. And now the definition of evolution can be a lot of things. I mean, it can be just something as stages in development of something getting better, something progressing better. I mean, a lot of times we think of it as generational. Generations of species can evolve over the course of lifetimes, generations, in order for the species to evolve better. But evolution doesn't always happen that way. It can be individual as well. Individually, somebody can evolve. Let's take an example of the tree. Okay, let's take an apple tree. Apple trees start off as a seed. They go in the ground. They sprout. They grow. They start to grow, and it usually takes many years before they even look anything that looks like an apple tree. And of course, they establish a root system, and they have to go through some of the stresses and turmoils of just life itself, developing and growing, forging that tree to be strong enough. Now, after maybe 25 to 30 years even is before it starts to bear fruit, depending on the species of apple that is. So it takes a long time before it actually reaches its pinnacle, its maturity, its evolution into what it is. Now, that's similar to the INFJ, because a lot of times through their life, they go through a lot of heartaches. I mean, they start off young. They start off as children, teenagers, young adults. And a lot of times during those pivotal growing moments of their life, they're very confused. Their mind is awakening. There's so many things going on in their mind that are changing and awakening, and they realize that they're not quite like other kids. They're different in a lot of ways, so they have that to deal with as well. But they eventually learn to cope with who they are. But through their life, they evolve. All these heartaches, all these stresses they have, they start learning from. They start forging from them. And these isolations and moments of grief, they all just learn from them. Eventually, INFJs get into their latter years. And it's only then that they realize they can reflect back on the whole life that they had and said it was all necessary to the point that they are now. So they start looking back saying they evolved, and they see the pattern as to being necessary to lead them to who they are now. And at this point, it's almost finally symbolic that the INFJ starts bearing fruit, almost like that apple tree I described. It took almost most of its life before it started bearing that fruit, before it became something. And that's the evolution of the INFJ in a nutshell. Well, people, thank you.